The railroad tracks divided the town by race.
The community was divided by the railroad track. What's that story? That's right out of the anti-white narrative. And this is the Republican, right out of the anti-white narrative. When they talk about the railroad tracks dividing the town, what are they saying? They're saying the white race is on the good side and the non-white races are on the bad side. What's the bad side? The prevailing winds blowing the smell of it. Sometimes it has to deal with the sound, right? So she's all ready to, right at the very beginning, this rhino voter orgasmic hysterical nonsense is right away. Anti-whiteism is real. It's legitimate. It's the white people are evil. White people are cruel. White people are wicked. They designed the town so that never mind that all of those houses used to be owned by white people, but never mind. They actually put the people over there. They had the plan from the very beginning. They had the plan from the very beginning that it was going to be non-white people on that side and white people on the other from the very beginning, even though it was entirely white neighborhoods on that side as well before non-white people moved in. And then you had a couple of things that happened when non-white people move into an area. One of the things is they enclave. They move in together because that's natural. Because it's normal. They're like, wait, where do you want to live? Well, there's where a bunch of our people are. Like if I moved to China, I would be like, well, where are the white people? Oh, over there. I'm going to get an apartment over there. Okay? So that's how non-white areas get started. Always blaming white people. Oh, it's redlining. That's what they tell you all the time in real estate. It's redlining. They would move right away. If anybody ever in real estate approached a homeowner and said, you better sell because non-white people moved in, that had nothing to do with white people and white people looking out for white people, or that was a unscrupulous, self-centered, rabid individualist who was trying to force white people out of their homes so that he or she could make a buck off of it. Do you understand? Who is the victim there? Not the non-white family that moved in. But the white people who were terrorized by self-centered, egocentric, rabid, individualistic real estate agents who went to them and said, oh, it's all going to go bad. You better sell now and give me the listing. Those are the people who suffered. But when you look at the anti-white narrative, oh no, it's the non-white people who were suffering, always at the hands of white people, making the non-white people suffer. Oh my God.
Some look at our past as evidence that America's founding principles are bad.
Oh, I got to stop there for a second. God damn it. Some say America's founding is racist. So they accept the anti-white narrative. You cannot win when you accept your victimizer's narrative. Period. End of conversation.
Some look at our past as evidence that America's founding principles are bad.
She should be a first grade teacher. No one should vote for her for president. What kind of country has a population that would vote for that? This is a first grade teacher talking to first graders.
Some think our ideas are not just wrong, but racist and evil.
There you have it, racist and evil.
Nothing could be further from the truth.
Okay, so she's accepted that the victimizer's moral imperative. She's accepted the victimizer's premises. And she has now denied that, and by accepting, by the way, let me point out, that she agrees with. She agrees that there is such a thing called racism, and that is something white people do to non-white people. She agrees that these things exist. She's just accepted it. Now she's pushing back by saying there's a promise of freedom.
I have seen evil. Some think our ideas are not just wrong, but racist and evil. Nothing could be further from the truth.
Okay, so the rest of that sentence, if she were to write it out, nothing could be further from the truth, is to say nothing could be further from the truth semicolon, we are not racist. Period. You lose. End of conversation. You just lost. You are never going to have a pushback against anti-whiteism if you accept the anti-white narrative and you accept its moral imperative. It's anti-white moral imperative.
I have seen evil. In China, they commit
Okay. God. Why does this have to be this lame? So this is the, yes, we as Americans are racist. Yes, the system is evil, but there are worse systems out there. Who gives a shit? Who absolutely gives a shit? I'm not measuring myself by the fucking Congo. I'm not measuring my. Where's the metric? Where is the metric? Listen, Nimrata, listen. Where is the metric out there in the world that says we have to measure ourselves by how they behave in the Congo? If we're one jot above how they do things in the Congo, then we're fine. Then we're fine. No, I don't want one jot better than the fucking Congo. That argument can go all the way to the Congo. It can literally go from where we are today. This is the first generation that is bequeathing, really the baby boomers, bequeathing a country to the succeeding generations that is worse. Every other generation in America prior to that, the country was getting better and stronger and safer in many ways. This is the first time it's going downhill. And you're going to come to me, your like big argument is going to be, well, we're better than China murdering people or genociding people. I don't want that. I want anti-whiteism utterly destroyed. I want everybody who agrees with anti-whiteism put under deep suspicion. I want anti-whites fired from their jobs. I want anti-whites that have harmed people with anti-whiteism to be tried for that. If they have harmed people, and it is the same sort of thing that we could say that any other ideology could do to a people and be tried for, I want them tried. I want them to go to jail. I don't want I don't want a lady. I don't want some Nimrata, nay, Randawa. I don't want Nimrata, nay, Randawa saying to me, well, we're better than the Congo.
genocide. In Iran, they murder their own people for challenging the government. And when a woman tells you about watching soldiers throw her baby into a fire, it puts...
Oh my God. Do you know that there are places on earth where people do unspeakable things? We can be a little better than that. Do you know where they throw babies into fires? They cut people's heads off. You know where else they do things like that? Mexico, and the border's wide open. What are you going to do for the border? She ain't building no wall. She's never talked about a wall. By the way, the wall. If I were president, I would mine that mother. That's what I would do. No one would cross. There would be a minefield twice as wide as the one used on, what is it? What parallel is it? 32nd parallel in Korea? Somebody look it up for me. Is it the 32nd parallel? What is it? I would have a minefield twice that size. No one would ever cross. No one. You know why? Because we'd have fences up and we would say, hey, this is a minefield. And when they would walk up and they would say, I wonder if it really is, they would see a little quail go running across and bam, dust and feathers. And they would say, holy hell, we're not crossing anymore. No more people who cut heads off. No more decapitators. No more. And then the good people, they can apply from outside and we can say, well, do we have room? Do we have a need for population because we have a surplus of jobs or whatever? And then we will think about taking good people from around the world. Only if our people are being taken care of first. I got no shame in saying that. Nimrata, no. She's only ever talked about, as far as I know, when it comes to the border, all she's ever talked about is money for the border. When has money fixed anything in America? You can look. I just looked up this high school the other day. Where is it? Is it in like Kansas? and they have like half the money per student as places like New York. And in New York, the schools are like the third ring of hell. But at this school in like Kansas or Nebraska or whatever it was, it's like some sort of like dream of Aryan Greece. I mean, it's just unreal. Clean, pristine, safe. Money doesn't fix it.
People here threw out the old, tired political establishment and demanded accountability for their tax dollars.
No. This is, oh my God, rhino bullshit, establishment bullshit. We're not fighting for accountability for our dollars. This is the Republicans telling you what you should be voting for. No, we want America, goddammit. We want all of this bullshit of attacks on America that are successfully waged against us as retributive justice against Western kind. We want that shit snuffed out. That's what we want. Accountability for our tax dollars. Somebody needs to get to these very wealthy golf course establishments and let these wealthy Republicans know that their time is up.
And when evil did come.
When evil
Police
did come.
in South Carolina are looking for a gunman following a shooting at a church.
Oh, no.
Victims, we don't know.
No way. Absolutely, church. No way. She actually put this shooting in her campaign ad. This bitch is anti-white as all hell. Nimrata, ne Randawa.
The severity.
We turned away from fear toward God. And
away from fear. So a psycho goes and kills innocent people. And he should be executed and then resurrected and executed again. I mean, he's a real monster. Heart goes out to everybody who lost family members and suffered. 100%. Has nothing to do with white people, our heritage, what we produce, what we project onto the world. But Nimrata here jumps right in on it and says that your norms, white people, are in her mouth fear. And we have to turn away from that and rip your heritage down. Think of all the good white people that trusted her. When I remember when she ran for governor, her saying that she would never touch the history in South Carolina. Wouldn't be taking down flags and statues, nothing.
the values that still make our country the freest and greatest in the world.
Okay, look at this picture she picked. White guy on one side, black guy on the other, and she's the brown girl in between holding both hands. That is not the story of America. That is the story of anti-whiteism. That is the story of the Democrat Party. What in the world is going on? If my head could actually explode, it would right now. This is what the establishment, the rhino establishment, is putting forward. Nimrata is their candidate. She is their man. That's what they're putting forward. And this is the anti-white narrative. That is not the story of America. It has nothing to do with America. I am America. This idea that America is everything alien, is nothing like the people who have been here for generations, is nothing like the people who built America. It's nothing like that. The founding stock of America, that's not America. It's something else. The Republican Party is telling you that the definition of America is it's everything alien to America. It's ideas that are alien to America. It's people who are alien to America. That is not the story of America. That's why we have so many problems. How are you going to push back on anti-whiteism when you are as anti-white as the Democrats?
We must turn in that direction again. Republicans have lost the popular vote in 7 out of the last 8 presidential elections. That has to change.
Okay, that's got to go. Look here. Oh, that's not it. Where is it? I got it somewhere. Oh, right here. One of her latest tweets, she says, quote, I'm quoting Nimrod, liberals know I bring in liberals. So those are anti-whites to sane people. We give them the names of our choosing, and we don't take the names of their giving. Remember that. That's a meme curative. You never take the name of their giving, and you never give the name of their choosing. Meme curative. So liberals know I bring in independents, suburban women, and minorities. So by minorities, she means non-whites. They can't stand the fact that our conservative solutions work for everyone. So in other words, there is no party for the white race. There is no party that's going to say enough is enough on the attacks on white people. Enough is enough on the attacks on the things that white people produce, on the things that white people have adopted from other races and love and cherish. Nothing, no defense for that whatsoever. This is to Nimrod and her centimillionaire Republican backers, rhino backers, and the rhino voters. The Republican Party has no race. It's just, it has nothing to do with race. It's just a collection of ideas that change every 5 years to match the ideas of the most radical anti-whites in the Democrat Party from 5 years ago. That's all they are.
And I'm running for president.
Okay, totally lame. Sick of it. And pulling it down. What did you all think? Was it dumb as you all thought it would be? It was as dumb as I thought it would be.